Good evening, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again with your third and final video blog of the night for July 9th, 2014 on a Wednesday. Some sports news to report. Argentina beat Netherlands by a score of 4-2 in penalty kicks after they played 90 minutes plus extra time, two extra times at the World Cup, which the score was 0-0, and then they had to go to penalty kicks. Argentina will face off against Germany Sunday for the World Cup finals. That would be very good. Also, there's been moving trucks spotted at LeBron James' house in Florida. What does this mean? It could mean nothing, or it could mean he's coming back to Cleveland. That would be the biggest shock of them all. I think he's going to stay in Miami. Maybe he's moving to another house in Florida. You never know with that. And also, there's some signings in the NHL. The Anaheim Ducks signed Danny Heatley to a one-year contract, and the New Jersey Devils signed goaltender Corey Schneider to a 7-year contract extension worth $42 million. And one more thing to announce: the NBC Sports has signed Catherine Tappan to a long-term contract. She will be appearing on to be the sideline reporter for Notre Dame games. Also, she's going to be a contributor to Sunday Night Football, and then she's going to be on the NHL on NBC's host, and she'll be also a host for the Summer and Winter Olympic Games. That's a good move for Catherine Tappan. And also, that's about it for the news. And my final video vlog of the night is about one of America's most beloved sports announcers of all time. It's Sunday Night Football on NBC's play-by-play announcer Al Michaels. Al Michaels has been doing play-by-play announcing for all sports for close to 50 years. Al grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and he was a big Brooklyn Dodgers fan. Coincidentally, the year the Brooklyn Dodgers moved to Los Angeles to become the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1958, Al's family moved to Los Angeles, and Al went to high school. Some of his classmates was Joe Siegel, who was a movie critic, and Michelle Lee, an actress. And like Al Michaels went to school at Arizona State University, majoring in communications and broadcasting, and during his time in Arizona State University, he did some play-by-play for the Arizona State football team, basketball team, and baseball team. Al then went into the entertainment business briefly. He actually worked for Chuck Barris Productions in the early mid-60s. He actually picked out the woman for dates to be on the dating game. He picked out the bachelorettes to be on the dating game. And then, Al's career, he started off as a color man to Chick Hearn's broadcast of LA Lakers games on radio and television for a few years. Then he moved to Hawaii to call minor league baseball in Hawaii. Then in around 1971, he moved to Ohio to call the Cincinnati Reds broadcast. He actually made his national television debut in 1972 on NBC's Winter Olympic sports coverage. That same year, he appeared on NBC's World Series coverage with Kirk Gowdy calling the Reds and the A's World Series. He called some of the games. Also, he worked for NBC Sports for 3 years doing regional NFL games. And I think in 1975, he moved to San Francisco to call Giants games on the San Francisco Giants games on the radio, and actually he worked 1 year in 1975 doing regional NFL games on CBS. And coincidentally, he only worked 1 season for CBS, and then when he left CBS in 1976, he was replaced on the totem pole with Bob Costas replaced him. That's an interesting fact. And also in 1976, Al signed a deal with ABC Sports, and for the next 30 years, he was synonymous with ABC Sports. Al started off working Monday Night Baseball for ABC. He also did some college football games. He was like a primary host one of, like, he called, like, on the wide world of sports, he called several sports for them. In 1980, he was famous for calling the Miracle on Ice games for the U.S. Olympic hockey team. And it was one of his most famous calls. Do you believe in miracles? Yes, that's his most famous call. And Al, like, continued to win a lot of Emmys and stuff for his sports broadcasting. In 1986, Al became the play-by-play announcer for ABC's Monday Night Football. And for the next 20 years, he called all of ABC's Monday Night Football games, including several Super Bowls. That's his most famous work. And Al continued to do, like, Major League Baseball games on ABC. He called several World Series for ABC. And in the 90s, ABC lost Major League Baseball, so he stopped calling that, and he continued on doing the NFL game, Monday Night Football. He kind of added some other duties, like working for, like, the Triple Crown horse racings. He hosted the Indianapolis 500. He actually called some NHL games for ABC when they had regional games. And in, like, 2000, he hosted the Stanley Cup Finals on ABC. Started hosting them for about 4 years, and he continued his work on ABC Monday Night Football. In 2004, he signed on to do to call the NBA Finals on ABC, and he only worked select games, mainly in California, during the regular season. He did that for about 3 years. And when ABC lost Monday Night Football, when the ABC lost the rights to Monday Night Football to ESPN, I was going to become play-by-play announcer for ESPN's Monday Night Football, but he got out of the contract and went to NBC Sports and to do Sunday Night Football for NBC. He's been with NBC ever since, and he's primarily known as the voice of football. He's probably he's like the senior play-by-play announcer of NFL football on the networks, and he's continued to go strong with the football. And also he's been host the Winter Olympic Games in 2010, 2014, and Summer Olympic Games in 2012. He's close to 70 years old, but he's still going strong, and he'll be doing a lot more. He'll probably be doing play-by-play for several more years. I don't see his play-by-play works not declining, not at all. There's some others who at that advanced age, their play-by-play skills decline, but he's still one of the best. And also, he's appeared in several movies. In 1998, he appeared in the movie Basketball with Bob Costas, and he also appeared on Jerry Maguire in 1996. He's probably one of the most, famous sports announcers of all time. He won the Pete Rozelle Award for Broadcasting Excellence for the Pro Football Hall of Fame a few years ago. And he probably might win the Ford Frick Award for Baseball Broadcasting Excellence in a few years as well, because he called national games for ABC, and he also worked regional for, like, the Reds and the Giants. The last time he did a baseball game was 2011 on the MLB network with Bob Costas, and he doesn't do baseball anymore because NBC doesn't have the rights to Major League Baseball. And there's been rumors that if Vin Scully ever retires, that Al Michaels might do some Dodger games for, like, Dodgers TV games, but that hasn't come to pass yet, because I don't think Vin Scully's ever going to retire. He's probably going to call games until the day he passes away, and that's one of the most popular rumors going around there, that Al Michaels might become the Dodgers announcer if Vin Scully can't do the games anymore. But we'll wait and see if that ever happens. And that's about it for the night. I'd like to thank everybody. I hope you're enjoying these blogs. These are very entertaining, very fun, getting a lot of good feedback, and that's good. And I'm going to continue to do more of these blogs. I'm going to do at least three a day, and maybe more. I'm not going to be overdoing it, because if I overdo it, I'll eventually run out of subject to talk about. I have so many subjects in the pipeline that I'm going to talk about. And if you want a special shout out, just private message me and I'll take care of it for you. I'm not going to do shout outs to people they don't expect it. Okay? I'll be back first thing tomorrow morning with a subject, any subject I'm going to talk about. Okay? Good night, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich signing off.